Hey Nick, thanks for coming out. Going to do a quick recap here for you of your lesson. I'm going to draw some lines. Talked about posture. Again, you haven't been playing that long, which is really kind of incredible based on your ability and your golf swing to start. Hands are pretty low here. Ideally, we want something going from basically the hosel of the golf club up through what would be like a belt buckle. Hands are, like I said, a little low, causing, if I use a different color, I'd like to see your hands, hanging from your shoulders, so you can see how far inside they are. We worked on posture once we built the robot swing, but I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. If I draw a line from the back of the armpits, you can see we're out over our toes a little bit. So we worked on standing you up just a little bit, keeping that athletic feel, and you said it felt much better. But like I said, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. I'm going to show you posture lines here. We'll walk through your takeaway. Definitely rolling the forearms a lot. Face is pretty open in this position. Hands get really deep and then get to the top. A little bit across the line. And then you work the ball, or you work towards the ball with your head going at the target and down towards the ball, getting you steep. And then you kind of stand up and throw it at the ball. You said you had a lot of high ball flight, and we can see why we talked about that. So head moves at it first to start the downswing, then you kind of back up and try to stay there. Stand up straight, lose your dynamic loft, throw it in the air. So here's an example of the robot posture that we worked on, getting you more balanced. Compare that to this. Totally different, right? Here's you doing your robot reps. That club face looking at the ball in the takeaway. So you're getting a feel for the robot swing. Again, it looks a little funky the first time you do it because you're getting used to body position in new places. But the robot is great because the reps that you do, we know we have the club position where we want it in the backswing and in the through swing and in the downswing, so that you get used to working the body the proper way through impact. And we had you go back and see how you swung after the robot experience. See, you're experimenting with new posture, experimenting with a new takeaway feel. It's not exactly correct takeaway feel, but we worked on that. Hands go deep, club face goes in, and the club face isn't as open or rolled open like it was previously. Still too far. But again, that wasn't our focus. We were trying to get you feeling less roll in the takeaway. Then I got a plane line out and that stick to explain to you how we want the hands in the chest or the hands in the stomach working away to the thigh. And that stick's supposed to stay on your thigh. This is, or on your side. This is a great drill for you when you're watching golf. Working. This is, again, not exactly what I wanted, but this is you getting a feel or experimenting with some new ideas. Want that stick on your stomach as you turn to here, but we want to get rid of this roll or this pull inside with the hands. And then I started to explain to you how we want excuse me, the right forearm being a little bit higher than the left in this position. You can see you work it in. And then I gave you an example of having that stick on your left side, and then as you got to about here, you hinge the club like you're going to a thumbs up position and let that stick, that alignment stick that's on your golf club right here, work down your thigh, causing, so we want that alignment stick touching your thigh here so that the club gets slung or hinged up long before now, more so in this position. Have that stick on your thigh going down, and then have the hinge going up from here. And then you would rotate to the top. This is quite awkward. I get it. This is me helping you do it. I'm going to put a line. Posture line here. You can see it's 2 inside, right? 2 inside. And then you do it again, 2 inside. Yep, hands too far in. Then I run in here and I give you a feel for it. Sticks on your side. And the hands and the club head should work right up that green line in an ideal takeaway. And then a little over rotated at the top, but we'll get there. And then we went, and I talked about a drill that I used to use when I was younger. Towel drill, you put it under each arm so that the chest and arms work together, and then you hinge the club, and look at that guy at the top. Versus the guy on the right. This is you experimenting with that feel. This one you nail. To the hip, that is a very, very solid takeaway. So keep working on that drill. I'm going to recommend we can barely see it. But you can see this drill I'm working on here, or I'm suggesting. Turn to the top. Club's going to get in the way a little bit, but the idea is to get you staying in contact with the wall with your rear end the entire downswing and getting that club to stay on the wall as well. Not easy to do if you have walls that you can't bang up with a golf club, but you could throw a sock over the golf club and drag the sock down the wall. But the idea is to get your butt staying in contact with the wall with the right hip at the top of the swing, the entire rear end in the downswing, and then left hip in the through swing, or left side of your rear end in the through swing, and left hip in the finish. Another good drill that I want you to see is if you could take a magazine or an iPad or something like this. Good wrist conditions are right there if we get you to impact. Turning that thing down, having some bow in that lead wrist right here. And cupping in the trail wrist. Show you an example, and then you turn that thing over to a good finish position. That would be bad. That's kind of what's going on right now. Causes you to lift up. See that? A lot of head travel when you roll that wrist. Usually causes you a lot of head travel. But good work. Again, towel under the armpits, turning the chest, and arms away at the same rate, not letting that right arm roll, not letting those arms get too far back behind you. So we talked about it, towel under the armpits. Sorry, I keep repeating myself. Rotate till you look, as the player, you see your grip or hands right in the middle of your right thigh, and then from there, while the rotation of your chest continues away from the target, you hinge the club in a like thumbs up manner to the top of the golf swing. But good work. Try those drills and let me know when you want to come back for that second lesson.